All right, looks like it's just about that time for us to begin. So I just want to thank everybody for joining our webinar today. It's our first one back after the new year. So please bear with us. I feel a little rusty, but I just wanted to say that you're muted and your video is disabled, so you don't need to worry about that. We do have our Q&A and our chat live during this webinar. So as you have questions come to mind, please feel free to add them to the chat or the Q&A, whichever is best for you. And we'll try to get those answered during the webinar. And lastly, we will be sending this recording out to everyone that registered for the webinar. So this will be sent to you in a follow-up email, as well as a calendar link where if you wanted to meet with a member of our team just to learn a little bit more about MORTAR and how this can help your company, we'll be sending that link out as well so that you can select any date and time that works best for you and your team. So, well, let's go ahead. Logan, I'm going to stop sharing my screen if you want to put your video on. Hi, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Yes, I have my coffee too. Virtual cheers.
Yep, I had to make sure I got the mortar one on there. So,
Oh, you're better than I am. I have my Friends Central Perk coffee cup. So if any Friends fans out there, drinking out of this one today. So, well, thank you, Logan, for joining. I really appreciate it. To everyone out there in the webinar universe today, my name is Lindsey Rogers, and I am a customer success manager here at MORTAR, and I also moonlight as MORTAR's community manager. So you probably recognize my face on some of these webinars or even a little bit on social. And then today I'm joined with Logan, who is one of our account executives. Thank you for being here. Logan, if you just want to introduce yourself a little bit, I'm sure everyone would love to hear.
of course. So again, my name is Logan, and I am a account executive here. Super excited to hop on my first webinar to talk a little bit about growing your pipeline online. So a little background on me. I've been with MORTAR since September of last year, and prior to MORTAR, I worked with another digital marketing platform. But it was dedicated to the construction industry, but it was 100% residential focused. So I was with that company for nearly 4 years, and in that time, I learned so much about digital marketing, pain points of growing businesses, how to stand out amongst competition, overall, just like ways to support businesses to make sure their message is being heard and communicated to the audience properly. So I was super excited to join the team of MORTAR. One, because my background and what I'm capable of bringing to the table in terms of digital marketing in the construction industry. But two, I truly have a passion for supporting businesses and helping them reach their full potential. And I saw that same fire in the team of MORTAR, and I knew I wanted to be a part of it. So we truly have we have the most generous, hardworking group of people that work for this company. So it's honestly so much fun to be a part of. But enough about me. So I'm just going to go ahead and jump right into it. To get started here, a quick overview of what we'll talk about. As mentioned, the topic is growing your pipeline online. I could go on for a very, very, very long time if I were to cover every single way that MORTAR helps commercial businesses of all likes. But today we're going to briefly discuss pain points within the industry, answer the question, what is MORTAR? Creating a company profile, featured project photos, tag invites that live within those featured project photos, and MORTAR Plus. So let's go ahead and get started here. Now, there's going to be a pop quiz at the end, so just make sure you're taking notes. But I am sharing the unknown secrets of business, so this is very important. All right. So pain points within the industry. So a question we have to ask ourselves is, what are big changes happening in business and marketing right now? It goes without saying, but COVID-19 has affected the economic outlook for many customers. Trade shows and other travel and networking opportunities are upended. Social unrest has decreased foot traffic for people in cities in some areas. Mid-year budget swung wildly because of how unexpected this was. And honestly, the list goes on. But without taking too deep of a dive into this section, the reason I wanted to start here is simply because you have to be smart in your marketing efforts for reaching your targeted demographic now. The traditional ways of marketing, which are heavily seen in this industry, they're decreasing while digital marketing is becoming a must. And now when I say a must, that doesn't mean create a Facebook or Instagram account, make one post a month, and wonder why your online efforts aren't bringing in real customers. And I say that because I promise I've heard it and I've seen it from businesses of the like, and they like to group all those online platforms together when they take a strategy like that. Without a true strategy, it will be extremely difficult to see any true results. And I actually there was a quote that fits in right here. I probably maybe I should have already said it, but one of our co-founders she mentioned it to me. Just because it's the way it's always been done doesn't mean it's the way that it should be. So I think she said it was Karl Marx's slogan. Might have been Aristotle. I don't know. He was pretty wise. But moving on. But Mortar, Mortar is such a great strategy. In my time with Mortar, I've had the opportunity to speak with hundreds of professionals looking for new ways to pivot their marketing efforts. And, we've created a platform that's specifically dedicated to supporting commercial businesses and communicating their message. So, we're seeing a major shift in this industry in marketing. And, this really isn't one to sleep on. So, but maybe at this point, you might be asking yourself, how is Mortar a great marketing strategy for my business? And, I don't even know what Mortar is. So it kind of takes us into our next topic. What is Mortar? Now, for those that are new here and not familiar with Mortar, prior to joining the webinar, you've probably gathered that we are a digital marketing company. If you haven't, we are a digital marketing company, but we are specifically dedicated to the commercial construction and design industry. So, we serve designers, contractors, architects, brands, manufacturers, engineers, anyone and everyone. So if you have a product or service to offer to the commercial project, we're now the go-to spot to be featured on. And I always like to tell people we're a raving fan for your business. So it's better to have like one over the moon fan versus 5 people's, they did a good job. So because no one's going to tell your company's story better than a raving fan. So that's exactly who we are and what we do for your company.
Yeah, very true. Good point, Logan.
But I know that was a pretty quick summary of who we are. This is one of those things I could honestly go on and on about, like our background and how we got here. But I really want to get into more about like getting your business on Mortar. So that's going to bring us over to creating company profiles. Right. And so right here on this slide, it's actually going to say paid versus free. Do we have that slide there?
Yep, there we go.
So I'm briefly going to touch on the fact that like you can create organic profiles on here, and we do have our paid profiles. So I just want to kind of touch on both of those. But the overall goal is to have every company that serves the commercial industry join Mortar by creating a profile for their business, no matter if it's paid or free profile. So if you don't have one right now, create one as soon as possible. But after the webinar, though, you got to listen here. So secrets of business, important stuff here. But once you create the profile, we have a number of resources on the website. You can check our learning lounge for like trending topics within the industry. You'll also find a chat box in the bottom right corner of the page, which is with a real person responding to your questions there to help create like the best overall experience. So, and like that part is so underrated to me because I always hate the websites that have like fake pictures of customer support and you could tell it's a fake customer service agent there. And actually, I think I feel bad for the employees. They're like, wow, my company won't even use a real picture of me here.
Well, and I can attest to that those images are real because if you go to our chat bot, like Logan was saying, you'll see my friendly face and a fellow coworker too. So those are real photos.
Exactly. Yep. So very underrated that we do that, but I love that we do. So, but now get the most out of your Mortar experience once you are with us, and whether it is the free profile or anything else. You really should talk with one of our experts here to learn more about Mortar for your business specifically. And you might be thinking, isn't that why I joined the webinar? And the answer is yes. But we're going to cover much more. But it just helps us to learn more about your business to determine how we see Mortar as a fit specifically for you. So we'll have recommendations on like which one of our subscription services might best fit your business. So And for instance, just to give you an example, if your company offers a product nationwide and you're wanting to create, more brand awareness, which a lot of people are wanting to do right now, I'm probably going to suggest that we graduate you from your company from a free profile, because you have a free profile, because I just told you to create one, up to any of our paid subscription levels. So, because once you are subscribed, you now have unlimited project photos that you can upload to your company profile. And what that does, it gives your company more opportunity to be seen and expand your reach. So, and if you still have the free profile, which again, it's good to have that, but what happens is you'll be limited by the number of project photos you can actually upload onto the profile. So now you're showing up in less searches related to the product or service you're offering, resulting in less business inquiries, which now equates to less money your company makes. So it's a domino effect, it kind of keeps getting worse and worse there. Kidding, but for real, you are really limiting yourself in so many ways by just not taking advantage of our paid services, because they come with so many different features. And which is a nice little segue into the next topic, because I do want to go over just a few of those features and what those look like. So next we are talking about features, project photos, and tag invites. So, I mean, Lindsay, do you have anything you want to add on that? I know I'm kind of breezing through everything and jumping right through it, but do you have anything you want to add at this point?
Yeah, well, you're doing a great job. So good job on your first webinar so far. And I do want to add just a few little nuggets to what Logan was saying about our paid profiles. So our paid profiles, they come with so much more than just those unlimited photos. And one of those being your secret weapon, which is a member of our customer success team being able to oversee that profile on your behalf. I'm a member of that team, and we work with all of our paid subscribers to make sure that MORTARR's not another thing on your to-do list. We try to make things a little bit easier for you by being able to relay your message into the MORTARR site and specifically into your company profile. So that's just another key thing I feel like is very relevant when it comes to a paid subscription compared to that basic. I have to say that for those basic profiles, they typically come, just with a few questions, or they want some tips or something like that, which is, MORTARR's filled with a bunch of friendly Minnesotans and a few other of us throughout the country. But that paid subscription service comes with guaranteed account management for your entire time here on the platform. So that's everything from data analytics, making sure your profile looks the way you want, keeping you on track each quarter, all of those great things that we do for you, so that MORTARR, like I said, is not another thing on your to-do list.
Yes, love it. Great points. Cool. I actually needed a couple of drinks of my coffee too, so I needed to take a breath. So, but all right. So moving forward. So right now we're at featured project photos and tag invites. So, your completed project photos are a big part of MORTARR for your business, and honestly for us as well. So when we started the company, there wasn't really a website to find product or inspiration within the commercial industry. So you could easily hop online and find plenty of professionals and resources within like residential construction, but commercial was really, really lacking. So that's why when MORTARR was created, not only did we want to use completed project photos to draw attention to our platform, but we wanted the professionals involved in those projects to leverage their own work to generate new business for themselves. So using completed project photos in the industry is one of the best things you can do to represent your brand. When people are looking for a product or a service, having that visual there to really put it into perspective, it draws their attention in. People are much more likely to move forward in their research when they're having something that is visually stimulating. So the analogy there, I was thinking about it, is like it's kind of like going through like McDonald's drive-through. I'm a sucker for like ordering the largest thing on the menu. So like it might be a bad analogy, but that's how they get me. So that's kind of like what I think right there. So just making sure that we have something there to represent your business is really what we're doing. But that's why when we created the platform to showcase those, your completed project photos, we didn't just have it for, we created it for all, whether it is a paid or a free profile, but we also have our featured project photos for those that are taking advantage of our paid services. So like when doing a simple search in the inspiration tab, which like we'll do here in just a moment, you're going to come across thousands of photos. And when you're competing to be seen, it can be very hard to stand out amongst those thousands of photos. So taking advantage of our paid services, what happens is, we're making sure that your photos are for sure going to be on display. So we give you enhanced placement within the photo stream to make sure everyone that comes to your page actually sees your work. So very, very important part right there. I feel like I need to like something to highlight that really hard, because these featured project photos are such a huge part of like branding for your business. So but the feature project photos alone, that they are very, very valuable. And when it comes to marketing, it's a numbers game. You want the most opportunity to be seen over and over and over again, which is exactly why I wanted to just have this quote right here. Repetition makes reputation, and reputation makes customers. Everyone write it down. Remember it when marketing. Ask those that you're marketing with if it applies to their platform or service, because that's what we're doing here. That's so important, is to be seen over and over again, giving your business the most opportunity. So,
And Logan, I believe there's a statistic out there too that says somebody needs to see something 7 times before they make a decision, before they click, and they have to see that on repetition. So this quote is definitely in a great place right here. That's for sure.
Yep, exactly. Because, and again, that just goes with like why we have your feed, with our paid customers. That's why we have your photos on display, getting enhanced placement. Like she said, it can take 7 times on average for the person for it to really click. And that's what that photo is there for, over and over and over again. They might not click on it that first time, but the 20th time that they come to MORTAR, we're going to get them. So we're going to give them that many reasons to keep coming back. So that's what it is. But well, cool. Moving forward, I want to go ahead and jump over to the website and talk a little bit about the featured photo now. So it's one thing to talk about it, but kind of want to just go ahead and show that to you. So I'll give Lindsay a second to pull that up on here. Maybe play some elevator music in the background.
I know. You could sing for us.
I live in Nashville, for anyone that is on here and doesn't know, which is, I guess, is probably a majority of people in the webinar. But yeah, I don't have the singing voice, unfortunately. So I did not come here to pursue music.
So are you able to see the MORTAR website, mortar.com?
I can, yes.
You can, perfect. So just tell me what you'd like me to do and I can browse through, click on some stuff for you.
Perfect. So I'm just going to jump right into the inspiration tab, and there.
I do, really quick, I want to call out one thing is you'll probably see down here, this is the chat bot we were referring to.
Yes.
So the first time you come to MORTAR, this will pop up for you and you can engage with it. And just so you know, real people are answering it. I believe it's our coworker, Citraka. He's probably manning this right now. So you'll have someone friendly to speak to.
Yeah, the other day, it was probably earlier today, I got on there and we had the picture of him on there as well. So that's a real picture of Citraka. So yeah, so you'll see that too if you have a Zoom meeting with them. So all right, cool. So what I want you to do is go to scroll down just a little bit. We're going to go to Allegheny Mountain hardwood floorings photo. This is just a really great example of somebody that's paying for our services here. They're taking full advantage of the features that live within these project photos. But as you saw when we clicked on that, so I kind of did that a little bit quick there. But what she did, we're in the inspiration feed. This is where thousands and thousands of photos all live here. So if any professional that's on the platform that has a completed project photo uploaded to their profile, what happens, it automatically gets distributed into our photo stream. But again, with our featured professionals, we want to make sure that yours aren't getting lost in the mix. So his photo, our Allegheny's Mountains hardwood flooring photo, that was very, very easy to find because they are paying for our services. Right there at the top, they're on full display for a very long time. So but go ahead and click into that. We're going to go ahead and talk a little bit about it. So for a company like theirs, we want to make sure that we're giving credit where credit is due, because the overall space here, it's extremely nice, but their contribution here are specifically the hardwood floors. So that's why we have these product tags here to highlight your product or service in any given photo. And for theirs, they have it set up where you can click on it And once you click on it, you can actually read a little bit about the product itself. You can see that they have a good description there. You can download a spec. You can go to more product info. And the way that they have it set up right now, if you click on more product info, it actually links to their website. So you can go ahead and just click on that real quick, and we'll just kind of show that.
Oh, sure. Oh, you know what? I'm not logged in.
It's all right. So I'll let you get logged in. I'll keep talking on it. So with that, we're driving traffic back to your website as well. You know, like, yes, we want everyone to come here. We want them to lead back to your profile. We want them to ultimately land on your page. But when they're clicking on more product info, we have it set up where we're driving traffic back to your website directly right there. So it's a really nice way that we're not only getting your brand recognized, your business recognized, but we are driving traffic back to your page, which ultimately is extremely important in terms of, you know, generating any kind of business from that. So but yeah, now that we're back on the product tag, you can see that if we click on more product info, the way that we have it set up here is that it goes directly to their website. And for them, since they're hardwood floor dealers, you know, we could have it set up where it goes directly to the page that shows that one specifically. So for any of the brands out there, if you guys have any chairs or, you know, tables or anything like that, this portion right here is so valuable in terms of like sending it directly to exactly where the customer needs to go. So I really like that piece right there. And again, just because it highlights exactly their involvement in the project. So you can go ahead and click back over to the project photo. Now, along with the product tag, you can also see over on the right-hand side of the page where it says project contributors, they've tagged Moss Architects. So this is what a tag invite looks like on Mortar. And I wanted to cover this one because some of you might be here because you've heard about like our tag invite campaign. It's something that we are heavily focused on right now. But what's going on here is Allegheny Mountain Hardwood Flooring is actually giving Moss Architects credit for their involvement in the current project that we're seeing. So what this does, you know, it gives more opportunity for you to be seen on so many different levels, you know, and that's kind of the whole idea behind the tag invites when we created them was we wanted to give your business much more opportunity to be seen, to network on the website, anything of the likes. So having Moss Architects tag in there, what it does, it puts the photo on their actual profile. And again, it shows their involvement and their capabilities in different spaces and projects like this.
Mm-hmm.
So, anything that you want to add to that as well, Lindsay, within the tag or the product tag, the tag invites or anything?
So the tagging capabilities here on Mortar, I feel like is one of the strongest aspects of having a profile on the platform is the ability to tag those partners or the other people that worked on a project really helps to expand not only not only their searchability, but also yours. So Moss Architects, for instance, if somebody were to come to the platform and truly type in something as simple as Moss Architects, let's just say, the photos within Allegheny Mountains project right here would populate as an option for them too, because Moss Architects is attached to those images. So it really helps to expand the reach here on Mortar. So tagging is truly beneficial, not only for the brand tags, like these little hotspots here, but also here for the project contributors. And just know too that, you know, obviously Allegheny Mountain here, because they provide a product, they went ahead and tagged their own. But let's just say that they also happen to know the window, you know, whose window is that? Is that Safety First? You know, where'd that product come from? They can go ahead and tag those individuals on here too. It doesn't just have to be the one product tag. And one great thing as well is obviously we know that not every single company in the world is here on Mortar just yet. They will be, but they're not here just yet. So you can also tag those individuals that don't have a profile here on Mortar. We actually call those internally as gray tags. And it's truly because if we were to add another person, let's just say here as a project contributor, and they did not have a profile, it would truly be their company name, but in gray. So you can still tag anyone that you would like. You are not limited to those that have a profile here on Mortar.
Yep, yep. Good stuff too. So I think I know that we have a lot more information coming out in the future on like these tag invites. Are we, I probably should have looked at the calendar. Are we doing a webinar on it?
Yes.
Okay, yes. Yeah,
Yeah.
we are doing a webinar here very soon about the tag invites. So go register for that one as well.
You'll
Probably
see my friendly face once again, and then Citraka too. So that's
nice,
this
nice.
Thursday.
Awesome. Yeah. So you won't have to listen to me just kind of ramble on in that entire one. So we changed it up. We're very diverse in our webinars. So
You can hear Logan do it, or you can hear me ramble, whichever one you choose.
exactly. Awesome. Awesome. Yeah. Well, thanks for the additional insight on that. That's really all I wanted to touch on that. Really, anybody that comes to our platform in general, we do a great job of educating them on this piece right here, just because it is such a very valuable piece of the program. So I know that I kind of feel like I'm breezing over it, but overall, it's such a valuable piece in the way that we feature your photos here, the way that we're able to highlight your exact product or service in that. Because a lot of times that can be overlooked when you're looking at the big picture of it. I just love that we're able to do that with these product tags. So,
Well, and Logan, I'm glad that you're keeping it rather breezy, truly, because we are hoping that, someone will schedule just a brief meeting with you or a member of the team just to learn more about specifically how your company can fit in here with Mortar. So when you do schedule just a quick chat with somebody, they can then come, geared to show you how your company can specifically do that. This is very general, but it can get more specific once, we know exactly who we're talking to and we can provide that information.
exactly. Yep. Awesome.
Right.
Yeah, so moving forward, and we're actually on our final topic, and this is one that I'm super excited to get into. So like I said earlier, there's so much that we could cover about Mortar that I'm just not right now. So and like Lindsay said, we're going to do that with you because you're going to schedule a time to talk with one of our experts here. We're going to talk more about it. We're going to talk about your business. It's going to be great. Because we're barely scratching the surface here. But this next section is one of the more valuable surface. Did you have something? I'm sorry.
Oh, no, sorry.
Oh,
Just a second. I want to make sure I have it looking.
okay. Yeah, I thought I saw you. Okay, cool.
There, you see it. Okay.
This is one of the more valuable services that we have. And this is really this is where the customization and creating a marketing strategy for your business is really on full display on what we're capable of doing here. So this is what we call Mortar Plus, and what it is, Mortar Plus is a media kit created to expand your reach and give your business the most opportunity to be seen by your targeted demographic. With this, we're not only using the targeted platform mortar.com to reach your audience, but we're also taking advantage of multiple channels. So, and like Lindsay mentioned, she's one of our customer success managers here, highly involved in creating, the perfect strategy for your business once you are onboarded with us. So now I am going to pass it over to her and let her talk to us a little bit more about what Mortar Plus is and, everything that you can really do with it. So.
Yeah, so Mortar Plus, as Logan was saying, is one of the most exciting pieces of a paid subscription here on Mortar. So depending on your level of paid subscriptions, some of them have Mortar Plus kind of baked right into it. You're paying for that right up front. And what we do here on my team, the customer success team, is we actually will learn more about your company. What are your marketing goals for the year? What do you already have slated throughout the 12 months? And then we come up with recommendations and a plan on how Mortar can help expand on what it is that you're doing. Let's get even a greater reach than your own marketing tactics that you're doing internally. And this slide that we're showing here is just a great overview of the different avenues that Mortar and this Mortar Plus can take advantage of. So, the first one here with the mortar.com, I know we touched on it earlier, those featured photos. So that's what that is. So when you come to mortar.com, that first image that you see on there, that hero image, that could be yours. Maybe it's included with some of your subscription. Maybe you want to pay for it as something additional, but even images like that straight on the homepage or the various tabs located at the top, those all have the opportunity for a featured image. And One great thing I need to say about Mortar too is all of the advertising or those featured image are all native to the site. So, I was looking at a dog harness the other day on Amazon, and those ads won't follow you here on mortar.com because people are coming to this platform with an idea or a goal in mind, and we don't want to take away from that. We want to be able to push those paid subscribers right to the front so that people can find what it is that you do and learn more about you. The second option that we have listed here is email. So the great thing with email is we're able to segment out maybe who you're looking to reach. So maybe you're specifically targeting architects or engineers, or maybe you want to target specific product companies or different brands out there. We can actually send your message to those individuals, and we can be specific about it. The other thing on here is the forum, which is one of the best places to showcase who your company is and the work that you do here on Mortar. So on the forum, or as you can kind of look at it as Mortar's blog, but with a lot more emphasis behind it, because the forum isn't telling the story about Mortar, it's telling the story of all of the companies that are here on the platform using the platform. So we have a great communications team that works directly with the subscribers, and we're able to get your message tailored to exactly how you want it to sound, exactly what you'd like it to say, and it can live on there. And the great thing about an article living on Mortar's forum is it can then live on your website too, possibly under your press section, or if you want to post about it on social media. Any of those items are a great thing to do with an article on the forum. And then lastly here is social media. So as you know, social media is going to continue to grow. It's blowing up. That's the best place to get your message across to so many people that may not already know about you. And the great thing about putting something out on Mortar's social channel is you have another company or another company truly talking about you. That is the best way to get noticed, is to have someone else organically speaking about you. So that's what Mortar's social channels can do for you. And then, of course, as you know, if somebody posts about you on social media, then you have the opportunity to reshare on your own pages, just to show those followers that you have that, hey, somebody else is talking about me. Learn more about this, check out our profile, learn more about this specific product, any of that. And the great thing about any of these items listed here is they can all be purchased a la carte too. And truly, Mortar works within any budget, because we understand, especially right now, because we're in the middle of a pandemic, that things can be a little tough sometimes. So we're willing to work within any budget, just because we truly are here to help the companies that are on the platform. What's good for you is good for us. So that's what Mortar Plus can really do for you. And your friendly account manager, me, can actually put things together for you and show you kind of a mock-up of what that calendar of the next 12 months can look for you. So we do that on our part. We can go back and forth just to make sure it looks exactly how you would like. And then we do all that work for you. So our creative team puts it together. We edit it for you. You always have final approval. We push it out, and then we report back to let you know how it did and how your profile's doing. So
love it. I love this part so much too, because with so many other platforms out there, it's like a one size fits all for companies. And when you're marketing with them, and it's not to say anything necessarily bad about it, but it's just, that's what it feels like. It's a one size fits all. And like with us, we're able to customize your marketing strategies so much, and the capabilities here are almost endless with this, the way that we are able to brand your business and represent your business online. So I love this bit right here, and I love to talk about it with anyone that I have a conversation with about Mortar.
Yeah, I totally agree. And, obviously within my role here at Mortar, I'm having these conversations on a daily basis. And one thing that people take away is they can't believe that we put this all together for them and that we do all the work, and all they have to do is say, looks great, thanks. And that's truly how it is. So as I said before, we don't want Mortar to be another thing on your to-do list. We're trying to take that extra emphasis off of you. And that's what we have our account management team for. So.
Yep, exactly.
Okay, great. So I think that's all we had on the docket for today. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen so they can see our faces. But any questions out there? anyone. We would love to take, even if it's something specific, let us know. I'm not seeing anything come through, but I did see that we're getting some engagement over on the website. So I'm hoping that's the attendees of our webinar. You know,
I know I said to wait to create your free profiles after the webinar, but now's the time. You can go ahead and do it, I guess. So we're at the tail end of it. So hopefully that's what it is. Hopefully it's everyone getting on there and creating their free profile.
Yes.
And, so there's the traffic that we're looking at.
Yeah, and let me go ahead while I'm at it is I'm going to share a link to a calendar. Let me see. Okay, I'm going to send this to all the attendees. So once you select this link, it takes you over to a calendar for all of our account executives. And you can truly pick any date, any time that works best for your schedule, or maybe some other colleagues that you'd like to attend to. This way you can ask all the questions you want. We can tailor it more towards your company and how this can be a great fit for you. So definitely please head over to the link I just posted in there and set up your meeting time. Please know too that we will be sending out this recording of the webinar in a follow-up email, and we'll include the link to this calendar as well, so that you can take a peek, maybe share this with someone internally, and then set up your meeting at a later time. So yeah, I think that's all we have.
Awesome.
Anything else you want to share, Logan? You good?
I think the biggest takeaway, like I said, is after creating the profile, talk with us. We want to learn about your business, see how you'd be a great fit. Don't drag your feet on this. I mean, there's so much going on here, and we're so excited that we have the opportunity to work with businesses within the commercial industry. So something that we're super excited about. But yeah, I think that's about it. Be sure to stop at the gift shop on the way out. We've got these cool mugs right here. So
yeah. Well, this is the gift shop right here. So you have our contact information. You can reach out anytime, schedule that meeting. But thank you so much, everyone, for attending. Just to close it out, look out for that follow-up email. And of course, follow us on social media, because then you'll always know what's coming up, what new companies are on the platform, what are we showcasing. So make sure to follow us on social media too. So thanks, everyone. Have a great day.
Thanks so much.
Bye.
Bye.